Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're tackling gratitude meditation.
Yeah, it's really
And
fascinating.
we've got some interesting research to unpack here. This whole gratitude thing, is it more than just a feel-good trend?
It really seems like it. I mean, we're going to be diving into how focusing on gratitude can actually rewire our brains and bodies. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, so before we jump into all that, let's start with the basics. What exactly is gratitude meditation? How's it different from, say, other kinds of meditation?
Well, most people are familiar with mindfulness meditation.
Right.
Sure.
Like focusing on your breath or your body, being in the moment?
Exactly. Gratitude meditation takes that awareness but adds a layer of intention to it. It's about actively appreciating the positive things in your life, recognizing them.
So it's like mindfulness, but with a positive spin.
Exactly. And the research suggests that this shift in focus can have some pretty incredible effects on both our mental and physical well-being.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. There's been a lot of buzz about the benefits of gratitude, but is there, actual science to back it up?
Oh, absolutely. And this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just anecdotal. Studies have shown that gratitude meditation can actually reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety.
That's amazing. I can see how focusing on the good stuff might lift your mood, but how does that actually, translate into reducing those conditions?
Well, research suggests that gratitude can actually change brain activity. There was this one study they found that people who practice gratitude, they showed more activity in the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of the brain that helps regulate emotions and reduce stress.
So it's like gratitude is giving our brains a workout, strengthening those areas that help us manage negativity.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And it goes beyond the mental, too. There's some pretty compelling research on the physical benefits as well.
Okay, now you've got my attention. What kind of physical benefits are we talking about?
Well, for example, there was this study published in Psychology and Health, and they found that people who regularly practiced gratitude, they actually slept better. Like they fell asleep faster, they slept more soundly, and they even woke up feeling more refreshed.
Wait, so being grateful can actually help you get a good night's sleep. That's something I think everyone would want.
Right.
But I'm curious, how does simply thinking about things you're grateful for, how does that lead to better sleep?
Well, the thinking is that, by focusing on positive emotions before bed, you're basically crowding out those anxious thoughts, the stressful thoughts that usually keep us up at night. You're shifting your mind into a more relaxed, peaceful state, which makes it easier to drift off.
That makes sense. I know when my mind is racing, it's nearly impossible to fall asleep.
Mm,
But better sleep, that's just the beginning, right?
yeah.
You mentioned other physical benefits too.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets even more fascinating. Some studies have shown a link between gratitude and lower blood pressure. And get this, there's even research suggesting that gratitude may help reduce chronic pain.
Wow, reduce chronic pain. I had no idea the connection was that strong. How does gratitude even impact something like physical pain?
Well, more research is definitely needed, but some scientists think that gratitude might work by influencing our perception of pain. So instead of just focusing on the discomfort, gratitude might help us shift our attention to other more positive aspects of our experience. And then the pain, it doesn't feel as intense, or
Yeah.
overwhelming.
So it's more about changing our relationship to the pain, not like magically making it disappear.
Exactly. It's about cultivating a mindset that, acknowledges the pain, but doesn't let it completely define your experience. And the research on this, it's really still unfolding, which is, it makes it so exciting.
This is pretty mind-blowing stuff. So
Yeah.
gratitude isn't just about like feeling good. It's about creating a cascade of positive change in our whole being.
Yeah, you're getting it. And we're just scratching the surface here. There's so much research looking at how gratitude can strengthen relationships, even build resilience.
Okay, before we get into that, I think our listeners might be wondering, how do we actually do this? Is gratitude meditation just sitting around thinking happy thoughts?
Well, there's a little more to it than that. There is a specific process, but luckily it's not complicated at all.
All right, let's walk our listeners through it. Where do we begin?
Okay, so first, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. It could be, your bedroom, a park bench, even your commute if it's a peaceful one. The key is to minimize distractions.
Got it. Minimize distractions, find that Zen zone. What's next?
Next, set an intention. This is basically just acknowledging, the purpose of your practice. You could say something like, I'm here to cultivate gratitude, or I'm open to noticing the good in my life.
So it's like setting the stage for that positive mindset. I like that. Okay, what happens after we set our intention?
Then we turn to the breath. Close your eyes, take a few deep, slow breaths. Really allow yourself to just settle into the present moment. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the feeling of the air entering and leaving your body.
Okay, this part sounds familiar. It's like the foundation of any mindfulness practice.
Right.
So now that we're, present and focused, where does the gratitude part come in?
This is where the magic happens. You start by bringing to mind something simple that you're grateful for. It could be the warmth of the sun on your skin, a delicious meal you had, a kind word from a friend.
I love how you emphasize starting small. It makes it feel less daunting, especially for someone who's new to this. So we're focusing on this one thing we're grateful for. What do we do next?
Just savor that experience. Picture it vividly in your mind and really notice how it makes you feel. Allow that feeling of gratitude to kind of wash over you.
So it's not just about mentally, listing things you're grateful for. It's about connecting with those feelings of appreciation.
Yes, exactly. And once you've spent a few moments with that first point of gratitude, you can gradually expand your focus.
Okay, so we've mastered appreciating that first cup of coffee. What else can we bring into our gratitude radar?
Think about other things in your life that you appreciate. Your health, your family, your job, even just having a roof over your head, the fact that you're alive and breathing, really the possibilities are endless.
Wow, my perspective is already shifting just thinking about all the things I usually take for granted. This is powerful stuff.
It really is. And the key is to be specific, and genuine in your gratitude. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to find things to be grateful for, even when things are tough.
That's a good point. Life isn't always, sunshine and rainbows, but it sounds like gratitude can help us find those little glimmers of light even on the cloudiest days. So we focused on all these things we're grateful for. Is there anything else we need to do to wrap up our meditation?
To close your practice, just end with a heartfelt thank you. It could be to yourself, to others, to the universe, whatever feels right for you. This simple act helps kind of seal the practice and solidify those positive emotions.
I love that. A simple thank you at the end. So we've taken that first step and dipped our toes into gratitude meditation. What happens next? How do we make this a regular habit and, really experience those benefits we were talking about?
That's a great question, and that's actually what we'll explore in the next part. But for now, let those feelings of gratitude sink in.
Stay tuned, folks. We're about to uncover the secrets to making gratitude a part of your everyday life.
Welcome back. It's really amazing how something as simple as gratitude can have such a big impact.
It really is. And you know what I'm curious about? Those long-term effects. Like we talked about how gratitude can change our mindset in the moment. But do those benefits actually last?
Oh, that's a great question. And the research suggests that, yeah, they really can. There was this one study, it was published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, and they found that people who practice gratitude for just a few weeks, they reported like higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction and those feelings. They stuck around for months after the study was over.
Wow. So it's not just a temporary mood boost. It's like a lasting change in our whole outlook.
Exactly. And there was another study too. This one was published in Clinical Psychology Review, and they found that gratitude can kind of act like a buffer against stress, and negative emotions over time. It's like building up this reserve of resilience that you can tap into when things get tough.
So the more we practice gratitude, the better we are at handling, all those curveballs life throws at us.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, strengthening a muscle. The more we exercise our gratitude muscle, the stronger it gets and the better equipped we are to deal with challenges. And that actually brings up a really important point. Gratitude isn't about pretending that everything is perfect or ignoring the negative stuff.
Right, right. I think sometimes people get the wrong idea about gratitude. Like it's about, glossing over the bad things. But it sounds like it's more about finding a balance.
Yeah, exactly. It's about acknowledging, the whole range of human experience, the good and the bad, but choosing to focus on the positive. It's about recognizing that even when things are difficult, there are still things to be grateful for.
That makes it seem a lot more, well, doable. It's not about living in some fantasy world where everything's perfect. It's about shifting our perspective to appreciate the good, even when things are tough.
Yes, that's it. Like recognizing that even in the middle of challenges, there are still good things. It could be the support from loved ones, a moment of peace, even just the fact that you're, still here learning and growing.
So it's not about denying reality. It's about finding those silver linings, those glimmers of hope that help us get through the hard times.
You got it. And that ability to find the good, even in tough situations, that's a key part of resilience. Gratitude helps us develop a more flexible mindset, a mindset that allows us to, bounce back from setbacks more easily.
I love that. So gratitude isn't just about feeling good. It's about building this positive mindset that can help us, deal with life's ups and downs with more ease and
Yeah.
resilience. It's like we're building up this inner strength that helps us, get through anything.
That's such a great way to put it. And the research backs that up. Gratitude helps us reframe our experiences, focus on solutions instead of just the problems. And that helps us become more resilient.
This is all so fascinating. I have a question about something you mentioned before about gratitude strengthening relationships. How does that work? I mean, is it just because grateful people are more pleasant to be around?
Well, that's part of it for sure, but there's more to it than that. When we practice gratitude, we start to notice, like really notice the kindness and support we get from others. We're more likely to see those small acts of love, and that deepens our connection and strengthens our bonds.
It's like gratitude makes us more aware of the good things people do for us. And then we want to, do the same for them.
Exactly. And when we actually express our gratitude to others, it creates this positive loop. Like the person we're thanking, they feel appreciated and valued, and that strengthens their own feelings of, connection and well-being. So everyone benefits. It's a win-win.
So gratitude isn't just a solo mission. It's something that can spread outwards and really have a positive impact on our relationships, our communities. I love that.
Yeah, and some researchers even believe that gratitude can make the world a better place. The idea is that when we practice gratitude, we become more aware of how we're all connected, and that helps us develop a sense of empathy and compassion. And that can motivate us to, to act in ways that benefit others and contribute to a more just and harmonious society.
Whoa, that's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So gratitude isn't just a personal practice. It's a force that can create positive change on a larger scale.
Exactly. It's about understanding that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, and that even little acts of kindness and appreciation, they can have a ripple effect that goes way beyond just our, immediate circle.
This is incredible. I feel like we've only just started to explore the potential of gratitude.
I know, right? And the research on gratitude is constantly evolving. It's a really exciting field. But for now, let's focus on how our listeners can make gratitude a part of their lives. We've talked about gratitude meditation, but are there other ways to cultivate this mindset during the day?
That's a great question. I mean, it's one thing to sit down and meditate, but how do we weave gratitude into our daily lives?
One really powerful technique is to combine gratitude meditation with journaling. So just take a few minutes each day to write down what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be like a whole essay or anything, just a few bullet points or a couple of sentences. But actually writing it down helps to, really cement those feelings of appreciation and allows you to think about them more deeply.
That's a great idea.
Hmm.
I've always found that writing things down, journaling helps me sort through my thoughts. And it makes sense that it would be a perfect tool for, cultivating gratitude.
It really is. And speaking of tools, guided meditations are another great resource. There are some fantastic apps out there like Calm, Insight Timer, Headspace. They all offer a bunch of different guided gratitude meditations.
Oh, I love those apps.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal meditation coach right there in your pocket.
Yeah.
And they make it so easy to fit gratitude into a busy schedule. You can practice anywhere, anytime.
Exactly. And remember, consistency is key here. It's better to practice for a few minutes each day than to, try to squeeze in a long meditation once a week. Start small and gradually build up your practice over time.
That's great advice. It takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
So we've got journaling, guided meditations. What other tips do you have for making gratitude a part of, our daily routine?
Try incorporating gratitude into moments you already have, like express gratitude during your morning routine or while you're eating or even before bed. Make it a ritual to just, pause and think about the good things.
I love that. It's about finding those little moments throughout the day to cultivate that grateful mindset. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a simple acknowledgement of the things we often take for granted.
Yeah, exactly. It's about making gratitude a habit, a way of being in the world. And the more we practice, the more natural it becomes to just notice and appreciate those good things.
This is so inspiring. I can feel the gratitude vibes flowing already. But
Hmm.
before we get too carried away, we have one more part to this deep dive. And I have a feeling it's going to tie everything together.
It is. We've explored the what, the why, and the how of gratitude. Now we're gonna dive into the deeper meaning of this practice.
Stay tuned, folks. We're about to uncover the true essence of gratitude and how it can transform not only our lives, but the world around us. Welcome back to our Gratitude Deep Dive. We've explored all this amazing science behind gratitude and how it can impact our mental and physical health, our relationships, even the world around us. But, I'd love to kind of shift gears a bit and get a little, I guess, more philosophical. Like, we've talked about gratitude as a practice, but is there something deeper going on here? Could gratitude also be like a state of being?
Hmm. That's a really interesting question, and I think you're definitely onto something. Gratitude, it's not just something we do, it's a way of being in the world. It's like a lens, a way we view our experiences, a fundamental shift in how we perceive things and how we interact with everything around us.
So it's not just those, dedicated moments of journaling or meditation, but about cultivating an underlying attitude of appreciation that kind of like permeates everything we do.
Yeah. Exactly. It's about really noticing and savoring those small, everyday miracles that, we so often just take for granted, like a warm breeze on a sunny day, the sound of your loved ones laughing, a quiet moment to yourself. These are the things that make up the richness of life, and a grateful heart allows us to really appreciate them.
It's about shifting our focus from, what we lack to what we have,
Hmm.
from what's wrong to what's right, embracing the abundance that's all around us, even in the midst of challenges.
That's beautifully said. It's about recognizing that even when things are tough, there's still so much to be grateful for. And when we approach life from this place of gratitude, it doesn't just change how we feel, it changes how we interact with the world. We become, more patient, more compassionate, more generous, more forgiving.
Like gratitude, it becomes a ripple effect. It
Yeah.
expands outward from our own hearts and touches everyone around us.
I love that analogy. And research actually suggests that that ripple effect, it's real. People who practice gratitude are more likely to engage in what we call pro-social behaviors, like volunteering or donating to charity or just offering a helping hand to someone in need.
Yeah, that makes sense. When we feel grateful for what we have, it's natural to want to, share that abundance with others.
Exactly. And those acts of kindness, even if they seem small, they can have a huge impact on the world around us. It's about realizing that we're all connected and that our actions, no matter how big or small, they can make a difference.
This has been such an incredible journey. I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of the power of gratitude. It's
Yeah.
not just about, feeling good. It's about becoming better people and creating a more positive and compassionate world.
I couldn't agree more. And the best part? Gratitude is a gift we can give ourselves, like
Yeah.
at any moment. It's a choice we make, a conscious decision to focus on the good, to appreciate the present, and to cultivate a heart full of thankfulness.
It's been so great diving into this topic with you, and I have a feeling our listeners are leaving with hearts full of gratitude and a renewed sense of hope.
Well, the pleasure was all mine. It's been a joy sharing these insights and exploring the transformative power of gratitude.
And to our wonderful listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey. We hope you've been inspired to embrace the power of gratitude in your own lives. And remember, even small acts of gratitude, they can make a world of difference. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those gratitude vibes flowing.